Right, let's take the viewers back to that viral video of yours from early on in the season.
So let me get this straight. You haven't won the league in, what, 20 years? You're not winning the Champions League.
But your fan base is growing. And they're all young. You just don't get it, do you?
Yeah, I do.
We are talking about Gen Z, a generation defined by 15-second TikToks, instant gratification, and the attention span of a gnat. Not the state-owned projects, not the team that buys a trophy every August, but
They chose us.
the slow burn,
The long game.
the beautiful, frustrating. How? Why? Because, my friends, class is permanent. We are the vinyl record in a world of disposable Spotify playlists. We are the vibe.
Yeah.
And in this era, the vibe is everything.
Yeah.
We've got kids in New York, in Lagos, in Tokyo, who have never seen us lift a Premier League trophy,
Yeah.
wearing the cannon with more pride than fans of clubs who've won it all.
Yeah.
And forget trophies for a second. Let's be brutally honest. If I was a rival fan, I would be sick with jealousy. Oh, I'd be fuming. Imagine spending £1 billion just to be culturally irrelevant. Imagine having a fan base that's just a collection of tourists and glory hunters while we have a unified global family. It must be exhausting for them, because this drought that they love to mock, it wasn't a drought. It was a filter. It filtered out the tourists. It filtered out the weak-willed. It burned away everyone who was just here for the quick fix. And what's left? The core, the believers. This unity we have now, this commitment, it wasn't bought, it was forged. It was forged in the fire of 8-2 defeats. It was forged in the banter era. It was forged in a decade of almosts and next years. We've been in the trenches together, and that creates a bond that winning every year can never, ever buy. When we finally lift that big one, and believe me, it is coming, it won't just be a celebration, it will be a global catharsis. It will be 2 decades of shared hope and loyalty erupting all at once.
Mate, that video was like a prophecy. To be honest, it gave so many Arsenal fans hope, even while rival fans were bookmarking the post, just so they could come back and mock us if we bottled the league. What was your state of mind when you dropped that? And why were you so dead certain we'd be lifting a major trophy this year?
In all honesty, I was simply in my element. I knew it was a bold statement to make at that juncture, fully aware the cynics would feast on it come May if the prediction didn't materialize. But I didn't record it for the detractors. I did it for the club I love, and because I fundamentally believed in what was brewing. Arsenal has historically given supporters a roller coaster of emotions, dizzying highs and crushing lows. But that feels like the past now. This season, the highs were so sustained, I can barely recall a dip in form. I made that video during one of those early peaks, spurred on by our summer transfer business. That was the missing piece of the puzzle, the exact reason we'd fallen short of expectations previously. Credit where it's due to Andrea Berta and the Kroenkes. With those summer acquisitions, I was certain absolutely nothing was going to derail us. So I put that out to affirm my belief. I must admit, the viral reception still surprised me.
You called it a global catharsis, and you were bang on. Just look at the explosion of emotion all over the world right now. It proves Arsenal is so much more than just a football club, doesn't it? Arsenal is a culture. It's an absolutely beautiful sight to behold.
Look, first and foremost, we must pay tribute to the Arsenal faithful who are no longer with us. Those who waited their entire lives to see this. The beautiful day, but as fate would have it, couldn't be here. Some witnessed us lifting the trophy 22 years ago, whilst others never got the chance. I'm certain they're looking down on us from heaven, immensely proud of what this team has achieved. We pray for eternal rest for all of them. But bringing it back to the present, Arsenal is a club built on immense emotion. What you are witnessing now is the release of 22 years of suppressed feeling, 22 years of enduring mockery, almost every single season. The players, the manager, the board, and the supporters, we all deserve this. Whatever emotions we are exuding right now, it is entirely justified. This is the moment we've been waiting for, and we deserve to bask in it completely.
When you actually saw the boys lifting that trophy, what was running through your head in that exact moment?
An overwhelming surge of emotion and a profound sense of fulfillment, replicating the scenes we witnessed 22 years ago. It has been an incredibly long wait. We finally achieved it, and inherently that breeds a hunger for more. This is the standard now. This is how we expect to feel for years to come. Being on the outside looking in for over 2 decades was an utterly unforgiving place to exist.
Now that Guardiola has officially packed up and left the Premier League, what impact do you think that rivalry actually had on Mikel? And how's it going to shape him as a gaffer moving forward?
We have to give Pep his flowers. He is arguably the greatest coach of all time.
Yes.
I'm thrilled Mikel had the privilege to both learn under him and directly compete against him. In truth, Mikel is the ultimate beneficiary of this rivalry. We might dwell on the title heartbreaks of recent years, but that adversity is precisely what forges an elite manager. The reality is, against any other contemporary manager, a few tactical tweaks and one marquee signing would have been sufficient for Mikel to win it all. But when you are competing against a behemoth, an almost supernatural force like Guardiola, even the perfect signing isn't quite enough. Your tactical nuances alone won't suffice because Pep is the grandmaster. It forces you to think completely outside conventional parameters. You have to be practically flawless just to stay in the conversation. That is precisely why we saw Arteta implementing such avant-garde methods to mentally fortify the squad. You need supreme cognitive resilience to endure the relentless pressure exerted by Pep City. The Ted Lasso speeches, the hired pickpockets at dinners, the constant psychological framing. And these weren't gimmicks. They were deliberate processes to heighten cognitive alertness, because wrestling glory from Pep requires more than just tactical acumen. You're dealing with a man who paces the touchline soliloquizing as if possessed. And we saw the tangible results this season. We were generating unprecedented performance metrics. 0 penalties conceded, 0 red cards. That is the hallmark of a super functional, highly disciplined cognitive state that simply does not happen in Premier League history. To defeat Pep, you must post alien numbers. Arteta learned from a monster, competed against a monster, and ultimately defeated a monster. He is the only manager to finish above Pep twice. Pep recorded his lowest ever possession stats against him. Pep suffered his heaviest defeat against him. The rest of the Premier League should be genuinely terrified of this current iteration of the Arsenal's manager.
Those stats are downright scary. Speaking of Arteta dominating for years to come, I've heard a few so-called pundits claiming Arsenal are just going to fade away after this title. They reckon we've hit our absolute peak and don't see us dominating long term. What's your take?
It is genuinely laughable hearing such baseless claims from supposed professional pundits. Do they honestly look at this Arsenal side and see a team ready to relinquish its grip on the league? Do they fundamentally misunderstand that we didn't win this title by sheer luck? We've been the better team by every metric for the past 4 seasons, and the only thing that has been eluding us was the title. They need to rigorously examine the underlying data. Perhaps I should enlighten them. This season, across 61 matches in all competitions, Arsenal were behind for a mere 403 minutes. To put that into layman's terms, we played 5,490 minutes of football and spent precisely 7.3% of that time trailing. Do you comprehend how staggering that is? Even more astonishingly, Arsenal trailed by 2 or more goals for just 26 minutes the entire season. And crucially, that wasn't even in the Premier League. Those 26 minutes occurred in the Carabao Cup final. Whilst other clubs rely on chaotic comebacks and fleeting moments of individual magic, Arsenal assert absolute dominance from the first whistle. We systematically deny opponents the ability to dictate terms. This isn't ordinary football. This is structural perfection. This is ultimate control. It is tactical mastery. We boast the highest percentiles in nearly every crucial metric in the division. So they truly believe this is just going to evaporate next August? Frankly, I'm not surprised. Generating click-through rates and driving traffic off Arsenal's name is standard industry protocol now. We have locked down our core for the next half decade, and ominously for the rest of them, we are only going to improve. If the rest of the Premier League thinks they stand a chance next season, bring them on.
Wow, I've genuinely never dug that deep into those metrics before. Hearing it laid out like that. It's a brilliant breakdown.
So a few of the lads might have just played their last league game for the Arsenal, the likes of Norgard and especially Jesus. He's one of the few players who brought that spark and belief into the squad from the very first day he signed. Any final words for the lads as they depart?
The revolution truly began with Gabriel Jesus at Selhurst Park in August 2022. For him to lead the team out as captain, to be crowned champions at that very same ground, and to even get on the score sheet, that is the most fitting farewell you could script for a man who instilled the belief that we could challenge for the title from the second he stepped foot in the Sorba Realty Training Centre. Jesus and Zinchenko imported that winning mentality into the dressing room, and suddenly everything clicked. That is precisely why you sign players with major honours. Their psychological baseline is fundamentally different from those who haven't crossed that finish line. Let's not forget,
we still have a Champions League final to play.
Yeah.
Who knows? Gabriel Jesus might just come off the bench, score the winner, and pen the most beautiful final chapter in Arsenal's modern transfer history.
Yeah.
Despite the injuries and the turbulent periods, he played his role to perfection. Arteta brought him in to elevate the squad's collective mentality, and he delivered. I wish him the absolute best in his future endeavours.
Not a single lie told, mate. The signings of Jesus and Zinchenko gave the team that instant spark to start properly competing. If you want consistent, high-tier tactical debrief and unrivaled post-match analysis, make sure you are subscribed to Arsenal Inside Out. We are building the most intelligent footballing community on this platform, and we want you involved. Hit that subscribe button now. Right, let's talk about the noise online regarding this Rice versus Bruno race for the PFA Player of the Year. The pundits and the rival fans are banging the drum for Bruno purely because of his assist record this year. They keep pointing out that it wasn't just Declan who had a blinder for Arsenal, that Gabriel and Raya were equally, if not more, deserving. What's your take on this absolute madness?
I genuinely do not understand when an assist tally suddenly became the sole yardstick for determining the best overall performer in the Premier League. The narrative currently being peddled is that because Fernandes equaled the assist record, he automatically warrants the PFA Player of the Year. Why? Simply because it is Arsenal who won the league, and therefore the league title ceases to be the defining metric. Where was this exact narrative when Mesut Ozil registered 19 assists, the vast majority coming from open play? Nobody championed Ozil for the award back then because we weren't the champions. Kante won the PFA Player of the Year in 2017 purely because of his overall influence, his relentless engine, and his foundational role in Chelsea's title-winning campaign. Everyone agreed he was the rightful recipient, despite registering a solitary goal and 1 assist across 35 matches. Yet, when it comes to Arsenal, when everyone with a pair of eyes witnessed Rice's unparalleled consistency and midfield dominance from the opening weekend to the title-deciding fixture, suddenly all we can talk about is assists. It is consistently amusing how the goalposts shift when Arsenal is the subject. We are discussing the fulcrum of a team that has just secured its first Premier League title in 22 years with unquestionable consistency over 38 games. In opposition, they are proposing a captain who couldn't even galvanise his side into 5 consecutive victories all season, whose only boast is an assist metric padded significantly by set pieces. It lacks all logical sense. If we evaluate this correctly, Bruno shouldn't even be in the conversation. The top 3 must be between Declan Rice, Raya and Gabriel. Fortunately, the PFA is voted for by the professionals. I am confident the players will vote based on actual footballing merit and tactical influence, rather than listening to the keyboard warriors and studio contrarians.
You've hit the nail on the head there. When it comes to the Arsenal, they always pull a narrative out of thin air to change the rules. Anyway, now that we've actually won the league, what needs to be done to ensure we dominate for years to come? Because I'll be honest, I absolutely love this feeling and I never want to go back to being on the outside looking in.
Our most significant advantage, our biggest flex, if you will, is Mikel Arteta. Pep Guardiola was always Manchester City's greatest weapon, far more so than the marquee players they acquired over the years. The presence of an elite, visionary coach is the absolute catalyst for long-term dominance. Elite players want to play for a great manager. They want to develop under his specific tutelage. That inherently grants you a massive advantage in the transfer market, which is the 3rd pillar of sustained success, just behind the manager and retaining your winning core. Andrea Berta has executed a remarkable job in tying down the spine of this team to long-term contracts, and a new long-term deal for Mikel is virtually secured. The immediate focus must now shift to our approach in the transfer market. The positions that showed slight vulnerability during the title run-in must be addressed immediately. The entire squad put in a monumental undertaking across the 38-game fixtures to secure the league title for the first time in 22 years, but the underlying performance metrics dictate that our defensive structure was the bedrock of this success. This indicates there is further refinement needed in our attacking phases this window. We maintained a rigid, balanced structure all season. Next season is about slightly loosening the reins and attacking with that structure already ingrained. We must keep a close eye on the profile of the forward they target. The non-negotiable factor is that any new addition must be an established winner. They must have lifted major silverware at their previous club.
Hold on a minute, mate. When you say we should only target established winners up top, does that mean if we scout a hidden gem, like Napoli did with Kvaratskhelia when they plucked him from Georgia, we shouldn't go in for that kind of profile? Those are massive market opportunities, surely.
I never suggested we should ignore exceptional market opportunities. We will inevitably see gems unearthed in this window, and the club will definitely assess them. However, my preference is that we acquire those profiles as backup options rather than our main marquee targets. You witness firsthand the instant physiological and psychological impact Jesus and Zinchenko had. You saw the sheer hunger Piero Hincapié displayed at the moment he signed. It is because they possess a winner's pedigree. Once you taste a major success, the ensuing euphoria makes you perpetually hungry for more. We possess a dressing room full of winners now. What we require is a ceiling raiser. We have moved beyond merely signing floor raisers. This doesn't preclude us from acting on smart market opportunities for squad depth. Crucially, we must not underestimate the winter transfer window. That was always one of Guardiola's trump cards. You require those January injections of quality to sustain a title sprint. The reason this is paramount for Arsenal next season is due to the sheer volume of minutes our starting 11 has accumulated. The World Cup will exacerbate this, and if we ultimately secure the Champions League, our fixture congestion will be unprecedented. By January, we will inevitably encounter high levels of systemic fatigue. Therefore, intelligent January recruitment is more vital than ever if we intend to consolidate this dominance.
Spot on. It's super important. We've played more games this season than almost any club in the top 5 European leagues, and the lads will only get a few days of rest because of the World Cup. Both the summer and winter windows are paramount. All right, that's a wrap for today. We'll be back on Thursday with our massive Champions League final preview as we prepare to make history against PSG out in Budapest. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like to help with the algorithm, and turn on the notification.